Hi again, everybody. Today I'm drawing Bee from Bee and Puppycat Lazy in Space because that's what I was for Comic-Con. And here's a picture of me in cosplay. The reason why I'm drawing who I was from Comic-Con is because I went to Comic-Con last weekend. Those videos kind of a week late, but I just haven't had time. So Comic-Con's really fun. So the only Comic-Con I've ever been to is this one local one where I live, which is the Eastern Shore of Maryland, and it's called Ocean City Comic-Con, which I'll call OC Comic-Con for the rest of this video. I went for the first year they had it. It was in a hotel the first year because they didn't expect such a big turnout, but it was huge, which I mean they should have kind of expected because it's the only Comic-Con that's not on the other side of the bridge. As well as it's pretty fairly priced, with kids under 9 being free and everyone else just being $12, and you get $1 off if you dressed up or if you also brought in a canned good. And yes, those discounts did stack up. So like I said, the first year Comic-Con was at the hotel and pretty packed because they didn't expect the turnout that they had. I liked it. It was my first Comic-Con ever, and I went dressed as Sailor Mercury from Sailor Moon. Here's a picture of that cosplay from my mom's Facebook. I didn't go to Comic-Con for the next 2 years due to mental health issues and, being a kid, so I didn't have anyone to drive me. But my senior year, I did go. I went with a group of friends and I dressed as Sally Face from the game Sally Face. Here's another picture. See, I did this really dumb thing. And I realized Sally Face doesn't wear glasses, so I'm not going to wear my glasses. I don't wear contacts either. So I was kind of blind for the whole con, and I got lost from my friends quite a bit. Now we joke that if we ever go to a con again together, that I'll have to wear one of those toddler backpack leashes. So yeah, take it from me, just wear your glasses. Comic-Con for 2020 didn't happen because it was 2020, but I did go last year. I went with my brother, his girlfriend, and one of my best friends. My best friend dressed as Sans from Undertale because they had the jacket for it, straight from the creator's actual store. So they just wore the jacket and that's what they went as. My brother didn't dress up though. He kind of regrets that now because he could have gotten $1 off. And I went as Strawberry from Strawberry Shortcake, which I was really proud of because it was the first cosplay that I kind of sewed most of it myself. Here's a picture. At those cons, nothing really weird happened, except for the first year, but that's mainly because, it was the first year. The weird thing that happened my first year was I saw some of my friends from school, and they were in a group from their friends that they went to church with. And one of them, I have no clue what he was dressed up as, but he wanted to get a picture with me because I was Sailor Mercury, and apparently that was his favorite Sailor Scout. So I agreed, but his character had the Freddy Krueger hand thing, and I didn't know he was going to do this pose, and he didn't warn me beforehand, and he kind of just made it look like he was slitting my throat open, which was very uncomfortable. The next few years, nothing really strange happened. It was this past year that something strange, a lot of strange things happened. So this past year I went with my boyfriend and I dressed up as Bee from Bee and Puppycat, like I already said and showed you. And he just went as himself because it was his first Comic-Con. The first weird thing to happen was standing in the line waiting to pay for our tickets to the con. And there was this girl behind me. She couldn't have been older than 15. And she was wearing straight up BDSM gear and a dress with BDSM motifs on it. And it's already weird that you come to a local con that there's going to be kids that dress like that. But I find it even stranger that she was dressed like that. She was dressed like that anyways. You're a minor. You shouldn't be participating in those activities. And her parents weren't there. It was her boyfriend was there, and that was pretty much it. The next weird thing to happen was at one of the booths. I recognize this booth from years prior, where they kind of take teddy bears and they make them into like monstery looking things, kind of like Silent Room bears, if you know what I'm talking about. Here's a picture of Silent Room bears. Anyways, at this booth, there was a woman there just wearing straight up Christmas lingerie. The Christmas part I understand because it did take place in December. But why lingerie? First of all, you're in a beach town, literally Ocean City. It was fucking freezing. And second of all, again, there are kids here, like young kids. I had no problem with it if this was like at an 18 plus con, but it wasn't, which made it very weird to me. The last and final weird thing was there was a furry walking around in a full fursuit, which I don't mind. There were a lot of people there in their fursuits, and honestly, I don't have anything wrong with furries. I used to be one myself. As long as it's safe for work, especially at a con where you know there's going to be children. This furry was not safe for work. They were walking around full fursuit with lingerie on top of it. Again, I wouldn't have any problem with this if this was at an 18 plus con, or even just a con that was across the bridge, like a bigger one, because with bigger cons, it's more money to get in, which means kids usually aren't there. Well, they are there, but it's explainable for why someone would dress up like that. But this was a small, local con where you know kids and families will be at. So why would you dress like that? Those were all the weird things that happened at Comic-Con, or basically all my weird experiences with Comic-Con. It's not a lot, and I'm very thankful that I don't have many weird experiences with Comic-Con. But in all, Comic-Con was pretty fun this year. The line was super long to get in, and there were, strange people that I've already talked about. And none of the booths had merch from games that I was looking at, or from shows. Like, there was no Bee and Puppycat merch, no Amori, and no Corpse Party, which kind of upset me, but I understand, as Amori's still kind of a newer game. Corpse Party is an older game, and Bee and Puppycat doesn't usually have a lot of stuff to it anyways. I did, however, manage to find a Madoka Magica figure that I've been eyeing for a while. Here's a picture of her. And I also got an artist print of Asuka from Neon Genesis Evangelion that I really like. So that was my Comic-Con experience for every time I went to Comic-Con. I really hope that I can go to one of the big cons, as I want to bring my boyfriend to one of them, so that there's more that maybe he'd like. I really hope you guys enjoyed my story, and I hope no one found it offensive, but at the same time, if you found it offensive of me saying it's weird to wear lingerie and things like that to a Comic-Con that you know there's going to be kids at, I kind of do hope you're offended and that you evaluate your life decisions over that. Anyways, please enjoy the rest of the video. I'm very proud of this drawing, as I messed around with different lighting and different colors, and I'm actually very proud of it. Anyways, thank you for watching. Bye!